6 भक्ति सूफी ट्रेडिशंस। इस वीडियो में हम लोग इस चैप्टर से रिलेटेड MCQs, Assertion and Reason based MCQs and Case Study based MCQs को डिस्कस करेंगे। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, आइडेंटिफाई द भक्ति ट्रेडिशन विच फेवर्ड विडो रीमैरिज। ए अलवर्स, बी नयनार्स, सी लिंगायत्स, डी सिद्धार्स, एंड correct answer is option C, that is Lingayats. Question 2, which of these statement is correct? A, early Bhakti movements were led by Alvars and Nayanars. B, the Alvars were devotees of Shakti. C, the Nayanars were devotees of Vishnu. And D, Sufis were not a part of the Islamic world. And option A is the correct answer, that is early Bhakti movements were led by Alvars and Nayanars. Question 3, during which period was there a striking visibility of wide range of gods and goddesses in sculpture and text? Option A, 6th to 18th century, B, 18th to 21st century, C, 8th to 18th century, D, 7th to 16th century, and answer is option C, that is 8th to 18th century. Question number 4, where did the early Bhakti movements originate from? Option A, South India, B, North India, C, the West, D, both A and C, and answer is option A, that is South India. Question 5, identify which of the following aspects is not common to both Bhakti movement and Sufi movements. A, personal love for God, B, worship of idols, C, mysticism, D, visit to holy shrines, and answer is option B, that is worship of idols. Question number 6, who among these wrote the biography of Sheikh Moinuddin Chishti titled as Munis al-Arwah? Option A, Shah Jahan, B, Akbar, C, Mumtaz, D, Jahan Ara, and option D is the correct answer, that is Jahan Ara. Question number 7, which of these is an imperial order? A, Farman, B, Sharia, C, Salat, D, Hajj. Answer is option A, that means Farman. Question 8, Alvars and Nayanars were the Bhakts of option A, Kerala, B, Karnataka, C, Tamil Nadu, D, Andhra Pradesh, and answer is option C, that is Tamil Nadu. Question number 9, Vitthal was the principal deity in Vitthal temple. Vitthal was known as the incarnation of Lord. Option A, Brahma, B, Vishnu, C, Shiva, D, Ganesh, and answer is option B, that is Vishnu. Question number 10, the major anthology composed by the Alvars was the A, Nalaira Divya Prabandhanam, B, Nalaira Purbandhanam, C, Nalaira Alvabandhanam, D, none of these, and answer is option A, that is Nalaira Divya Prabandhanam. Question number 11, which among the following is the correct meaning of Sharia? And options are fasting during the month of Ramzan, B, tax that non-Muslims has to pay to the government, C, Muslim Sufi saints, D, laws governing the Muslim community, and answer is option D, that is laws governing the Muslim community. Question number 12, Sufism is the liberal and mystic movement of Islam reached India in dash century, and options are A, 11th century, B, 15th century, C, 12th century, D, 13th century, and option A is the correct answer, that is in 11th century. Question number 13. In Sufi tradition, the word Pir means A. The Supreme God, B. The greatest of all Sufi saints, C. The orthodox teacher who contests the Sufi beliefs, and D. The Guru of the Sufis. And answer is option D, that is the Guru of the Sufis. Question number 14. Which Sufi saint mentioned that devotional music is the one way of moving closer to God? And options are A. That is Moinuddin Chishti, B. Sayyid Muhammad, C. Shah Alam Bukhari, and D is Baba Farid, and option D is correct answer, that is Baba Farid. Question number 15. Which one of the following is the basics of Sufi movement? And options are a group of religious minded people turn to asceticism and mysticism in protest against the growing materialism of the caliphate as a religious and political institution. B. The Sufis sought on interpretation of the Quran through personal experiences. C. Some mystic men started movements on the basis of Sufi ideas and these mystics scorned. D. They were known by different names like Kalandars, Malangs, Madaris, Haidaris, etc. And identify the correct option. A is A, B and D. Option B is C, D and A. C, all of the above, and D is none of the above. And the answer is option C, that is all of the above. Question number 16. Who among the following was the Guru of Saint Kabir? A. Ramanuj, B. Ramanand, C. Vallabhacharya, D. Namdev, and the answer is option B, that is Ramanand. Question number 17. Which of the following statements are incorrect about Meerabai? First, Meerabai is perhaps the best known woman poet within the Sufi tradition. Second, she was a Rajput princess from Mirta in Marwar who was married against her wishes to a prince of the Sisodiya clan of Mewar, Rajasthan. Third, according to some traditions, her preceptor was Raidas, a leather worker. And fourth, her songs continue to be sung by women and men, especially those who are poor and considered low caste in Karnataka and Kerala. Identify the incorrect options. Option A 1 and 2, option B 1 and 4, option C 3 and 2, and option D all of the above. And option B is the correct answer, that means 1 and 4. Now we will discuss some assertion and reason based MCQs. Here some statements of assertion is followed by a statement of reason are, and we have to mark the correct choices as A. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. B. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. C. A is true, but R is false. D. A is false and R is true. So, first question is assertion A. When the Sheikh died, his tomb shrine, Dargah, became the center of devotion for his followers. Reason R. People believe that the dead saint was united with God and is closer to him after his death as compared to when he was living. So here the correct answer is option A, that is both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Question number 2. Assertion A. Of the groups of Sufis who migrated to India in the late 12th century, the Chishtis were the most influential. Reason R. They adapted successfully to the local environment and adopted several features of Indian devotional traditions. Here, answer is option A. That is, both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Question 3. Assertion A. Brahmans remained significant intermediaries between gods and devotees in several forms of bhakti. Reason R. In the course of evolution of forms of worshipping, many instances where poets saints emerged as leaders around whom there developed a community of devotees. Here, both A and R are true. Around whom? Okay. Question 3. Assertion A. Brahmans remained significant intermediaries between gods and devotees in several forms of bhakti. Reason R. In the course of evolution of forms of worshipping, in many instances, poet saints emerged as leaders around whom there developed a community of devotees. Option A is the correct answer. That means both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Question number 4. Assertion A. Nirgun Bhakti was worshipping of an abstract form of God. Reason R. Nirgun saints does advocate the worshipped anthropomorphic manifestations of divine being, particularly Ram and Krishna. Here option C is correct. That means A is true but R is false. Question number 5. Assertion A. Bhakti saints adopted local languages to preach their ideas to the masses. Reason R. Vernacular languages could be understood by the common people. They stressed quality and to live a simple life. Here option A is correct. That means both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Question number 6. Assertion A. Chola ruler Parantaka I had consecrated metal images of Appar, Samanda and Sundarar in Shiv temple. These were carried in processions during the festivals of these saints. Reason are the Chola kings often attempted to claim divine support and proclaim their power and status. Here option A is correct. That means both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Question number 7. Assertion A. Sheikh Moinuddin appointed several spiritual successors and deputed them to set up hospices in various parts of the subcontinent. Reason are the teaching, practices and organizations of the Chistis as well as the fame of the Sheikh spread rapidly. This in turn drew pilgrimage to his shrine and also to the shrines of his spiritual ancestors. Here option A is correct. That means both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Assertion A. Question number 8. pilgrimage called ziyarat to tombs of Sufi saints is prevalent all over Muslim world. Amongst these, the most revered shrine is that of Khwaja Moinuddin, popularly known as Garib Nawaz. Reason are it was evidently popular because of the shrine's architectural brilliance and beautiful surroundings. Here option C is correct, that means A is true but R is false. Question number 9. Assertion A. Many poet saints engaged in explicit and implicit dialogue with these new social situations, ideas, and institutions. Kabir is one of the most outstanding examples of a poet saint who emerged within this context. Reason are his rich corpus of verses also signifies that Kabir was and is to the present a source of inspiration for those who question entrenched religious and social institutions, ideas and practices in their search for the divine. Here option A is correct, that means both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Question number 10. Assertion A. Kabir's object was to reconcile Hindus and Muslims and establish harmony between the two sects. Reason A. He was born near Banaras to a Brahmin widow, but he was brought up by a Muslim couple who were weavers by profession. Here answer is option B. That means both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Now we will discuss some case study based MCQs. Here one picture is given and study the picture and then read the following excerpt carefully and answer the questions. So question number 1. This picture is one of the most striking example of option A. Nayanar Bhakti tradition, B. Lingayat tradition, C. Incarnation of cults, and D. Alvar Bhakti tradition. So here option C is the correct answer, that is integration of cults. Question number 2. Lord Jagannath is associated with A. Brahma, B. Vishnu, C. Shiv, and D. all of the above, and answer is option B, that is Vishnu. Choose the correct option. Assertion A. Jagannath was literally the Lord of the world. Reason are Lord Vishnu was worshipped in various avatars, and here option B is correct. That means both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Question number 4. Consider the following statements. First, Lord Jagannath has been depicted here with his sister Subhadra and brother Balram. Second, Lord Jagannath has been depicted here with his wife Sita and brother Lakshman. Choose the correct option. A. Only one is correct. B. Both 1 and 2 are correct. So the answer, and C. Only 2 is correct, and D. Neither 1 nor 2 is correct, and answer is option A. That means only 1 is correct. That means Lord Jagannath has been depicted here with his sister Subhadra and brother Balram. Now question 2. Observe the picture and answer the following questions by choosing the correct option. Question number 1. What is the name of the Buddhist goddess? A. Matbhumi, D. Kamakhya Devi, C. Marichi, and D. None of these, and answer is option C, that is Marich. Question number 2. Where was this terracotta sculpture found? Option A. Tamil Nadu, B. Assam, C. West Bengal, D. Bihar, and answer is option D, that is Bihar. Question number 3. The dash sects chanted devotional compositions as mode of worship? A. Vaishnav, B. Islam, C. Shakti, D. Sufi. And option A is the correct answer, that is Vaishnav. Question number 4. Buddhism was strictly against the practice of. Options are A. Sati, B. Caste system, C. Idol worship, D. Simple living. And option B is the correct answer. Question number 3. Observe the picture and answer the following questions by choosing the correct option. Which historical place is this? A. Jama Masjid, B. Humayun's tomb, C. Atia Mosque, D. Shah Hamadan Mosque. And option C is the correct answer, that is Atia Mosque. Question number 2. In which present day country is it located? Options are A. India, B. Pakistan, C. Nepal, and D. Bangladesh. And answer is option D, that is Bangladesh. Question number 3. Which material has been used to build it? Options are white marble, B. limestone, C. red sandstone, D. brick. And answer is option D, that is brick. Question number 4. In which direction does the main hall of this building face? Options are A. Vatican City, B. Makkah, C. Akshardham Temple, and D. Golden Temple. And answer is option B, that is Makkah. So like this you have to practice more and more MCQs.